Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Let's continue. So I've been saying throughout this entire series, this does not feel like Castlevania as far as I understand Castlevania. As somebody who hasn't even really played any of the Castlevania games and only has briefly seen this. We got thrown into this co-op stuff where we are working with each other to get over certain problems. It's just so weird. So weird to have co-op in a Castlevania game. But a better question occurred to me. What does it really take to ruin a series? A long-running series. Let's take a series I know a lot better, the Super Mario series. Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3 are 2D platformer, run, jump platforming games with some swimming levels that are better left out of the equation. And then you have Super Mario 64 that goes 3D. And in Super Mario 64, you are introduced with collecting 120 stars, which wasn't something in the Super Mario Bros. NES games. There is also Super Mario Land in between there. So yeah, there goes the co-op, and I was saying, yeah, I kind of do wish this was just something that ended. I was thinking it wouldn't have ended that abruptly, but it did. Interesting. I feel like there's stuff I'm probably missing. Come on. Down. And down. I've also realized that I need to use all of the abilities and items throughout the game if I'm gonna increase my mastery of it. So I think there's 2 more of those to collect, and I know where one is. So yeah, you have Super Mario Land, which I believe was the only Super NES Nintendo Mario game. Did Super Mario Land drastically change or destroy the Super Mario Brothers series? Not really. I think that's a kind of obvious and fair statement to say. And then you have Mario 64 that does the major shift to 3D. Did Super Mario 64 ruin Super Mario Bros. As a series? I guess it would come down to how you define the phrase ruin. It definitely did something to stop the creation of 2D Mario games, because it isn't until new Super Mario Brothers, pretty much until you have a 2D platforming game from the Mario series. So you skip, you would have to skip from Mario 64 to Mario Galaxy, Sunshine. Galaxy 2 was a game that existed, in case people don't remember. So am I supposed to? I want to just jump, but this locks you down so much that you can't just jump. It's weird. Like each spot, each of one of these dots is an indicator of something. So I guess you have to do it that way. Maybe it does. This is almost a question that's hard to answer or impossible to answer. Maybe it really does ruin 2D games to make a 3D version of it, because it took a really, really long time for Nintendo to ever come back and make another Nintendo 3D, well, 2D game, or a 2.5D game. And if Konami wasn't the company we were talking about, interesting. I can't jump across. I may have to just jump back down. And start over. But then I would argue, I suppose, as I'm thinking about this just off the top of my head, the thing that Lord of Shadows isn't doing, the one thing that would have it erase what people think about when you say Castlevania, and honestly at this point what people probably think about when you say Castlevania is the Castlevania Netflix anime, which will be the last thing to disappear, I'm sure. The thing this game isn't doing is it's not succeeding. It's not making a great game. And so, because of that, I don't think this caught on. I don't think this is a Konami blew it out of the water, or Mercury Stream made such a great game that this is the part in people's minds. This is the new Castlevania, and this is what's expected when people talk or think about a new Castlevania game. Yeah, if tomorrow Konami announced that they were going to make a new Castlevania game, I would still fully believe it would be a 3D platforming game. Okay, so I'm supposed to go through this window, and I'm having a hard time figuring that out because of the way this system works. And there should have just been a light here. You could have easily put a light in the corner, going in this direction, pointing in this direction. Well, it's about time that we go back into the past and White Wolf it up. I think I just got a captured demon. Is there anything else to worry about over here? No, not really. And this area just ends. So where this area started was the train section and that boss fight, and it's just ending with a traveling back to the past section. And this whole White Wolf stuff feels very Metal Gear Solid-ish and just unnecessary. We probably need to see Trevor. So we should probably just see the kid wave over in a single animation that just gets repeated every time. Is this putting us in the same area as before? Yes, it is. So this is now the central hub section. There are enemies here. They weren't here before. These are the guys that turtle up and I'm gonna try and do a lot of somersaulting on these guys, and maybe that will allow me some more damage attacks on them. much experience does that give me? So I want as many varied ways to do this as possible. And we'll just try and get it in fire mode, chaos mode. Honestly, I probably shouldn't be wasting all my chaos energy, but I bet it probably doesn't matter either. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be going, and in a lot of these it kind of feels like the gates just open by themselves more than getting an ability to fast travel somewhere else. This would just take me back. These are not reusable, these are one-time things. And I have one dungeon key extra. What is my quest though? I should look for the Anadex, but Zobek's lieutenant is keeping a close watch on me. So why are they having me make a transition to the past in this area? Unless I just totally went the wrong direction. I guess I have to ring the bell.
What can I do for you, sir?
We would need 5,000 here. There are 2 keys in my inventory, and at this point I don't think it's worth it to buy a third one. And everything is just full otherwise.
Thank you, my prince. I hope to see you soon.
And we still can't do anything with this.
You'll need more snails to activate the magic of the mirror, my master.
So those are what the Cletus nails are for. So if I set that, if I set that, if I set that, and if I set here, I don't get this. I really, really don't. It wants me... It wanted me to go back this direction. Now it wants me to go again. So did I perhaps not travel the right path? And this transition cutscene would almost certainly have been a lot longer for people that were playing it originally. Okay. Seems like we are in a different location.
Father!
Oh, there was a cutscene.
Mother is very frightened. Can you come with me? No!
What's happening?
Someone wants to hurt us.
My son.
So yeah, I just needed to transition into the past a different way via cutscene. They should have forced that onto me when I fell down in that alleyway. I should have just been 100% in a cutscene walking to the edge. I thought maybe my ghost Trevor would potentially touch me and that would give me some kind of ghosting ability to go through iron gates, which is what I think we'll almost certainly unlock as an ability. Instead we have kind of like this light Dark Souls-esque thing. Dark Souls looking thing. And then kind of a transition from one cutscene to another cutscene. Is this your wife or a vampire?
My lord.
I imagine this is a vampire, not your wife.
Carmilla.
Ah, Carmilla. She seems to be a big character.
This must be a dream.
And if you were never to wake again, would it matter?
I destroyed you a long time ago.
But that wasn't you. All those years ago.
I remember in the DLC of the first game there was a like vampire girl that Carmilla had created
I am yours now.
or something like
Do
that.
with me what you will.
But it really felt like a DLC extra story. Dracula is still giving in to...
I am inside of you, and your weakness will be my strength.
Bitch.
You'll never leave here.
Your life bar has turned purple. Like you've been poisoned or something. And we've got some new skeleton enemies to fight. Carmilla's corrupted blood is inside you. Its power will grow when you take damage. You will become a servant when it possesses you completely. Alright. These guys have pretty large swords, so I don't think I'm in a good position to use my... I had to wait till the entire camera decided to turn around. How about what happens when we do this? That works pretty well. I'm gonna try some Y attacks here. So it also changed what our default ability with the right trigger is. I would also like to say it's weird that you have a selector on the D-pad on the left, and yet to activate the item you select, you're clicking right trigger, just crossing over to the other side of the controller. Let's go ahead and jump over these guys while we're at it. Can we find the other guy, or is the other guy dead? Come on. The weird, wonky I've been hit and thus I'm going to bounce around is a little cartoony. I'm just having a really hard time killing this shielded guy. And I'm probably doing what you're supposed to do, at least to a certain level. It took a long time. And did I kill everything around here? I did. It just is deciding to take its sweet time to unlock. Now, I don't think Carmilla, the vampire, is Mary
Gabriel.
turned into a vampire.
Are you real? Or just a dream too?
I am here.
But will Dracula just succumb to his old temptations and drink her blood too? You would want to see the writing
Behind this.
that she says you have to
You're
drink my
standing
blood
here
to purify it.
As if 1,000 years had not passed since the last time I saw you alive. And our son, hidden deep inside you.
I had to protect him from you, Gabriel. They knew. They told me what you were going to become. I had no choice.
And did they tell you of your own death at my hands? Huh? Did they tell you what would happen to our child? Did they? Did they tell you that blood would fight against blood for all eternity? You were deceived, Marie. Tell me, is this God's reward for the devoted and the foolish?
You are no fool, Gabriel.
I am no longer Gabriel, woman. I am the dragon, Dracula. I am the Prince of Darkness. I am and will be forever a thorn in his side. That is my vengeance.
I know who you are. And I know you want this to be over. But this suffering
Decent
had to happen.
cutscene here.
And it will come to an end soon, my love.
That would be interesting if it turns out that we're close to the end of the game. I feel like we're probably less than
You
a
cannot
third
help
done. Honestly.
You're not here. You're not real.
I am as real as the blood of that witch that is poisoning you as we speak. Ah, this castle and its inhabitants fear that you will leave this place forever. They will stop at nothing to keep you here. Your power keeps them alive.
I know. This place has been my home for many centuries. Now, all I want to do is escape.
So, it kind of forces the
I've
next
seen our
Lord of
son
Shadow game to
This
potentially
is no place for a boy.
not
no
be
place for you
set
either,
around
Gabriel.
the castle at all,
It never has been.
which just makes
It's time for you to go.
if there was a third game in the series, that would be just
Time for you to return.
it would be such a crazy game to have no
Fine.
Castlevania elements, except for you're playing as Dracula, I assume, would be
Now
the
you
only
must
thing
drink
left.
my blood. It will help fight Carmilla's spell.
Yeah, that's what I figured would happen. Because this is exactly the kind of scene that somebody who wrote all those edgy blood animations would write. The life bar is still purple. There's no reason really to show the life bar in the middle of the cutscene. I could have just faded in after the cutscene.
Remember, I am always with you.
Yeah, unless you go back in time and undo things, which is a very good chance on how this might end. This game might end. The only other thing you could do is destroy the castle, leave the castle, and have all these ghosts, these blood creatures, die. And
You're not going anywhere, my prince.
I kind of assume that this is a case of Satan playing some trickery. Okay. So what am I doing?
I'm coming to get you.
So
Where are you, my prince?
this seems to just be a case of sneaking.
All right, I've run out of patience. I can smell you.
So this is just like more stealth. And she's cursing these. And I assume my
I'm
bats
getting tired of chasing you.
aren't going to work.
Now that we're together, my happiness is complete.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the
I'm
bats.
starting to get bored.
I don't think the bats would do anything. Alright.
I know you're near.
That's 3, but there needs to be 4.
Enough of playing hide and seek.
So where's the 4th one? I gotta just hit this fast.
You can't.
This is not the boss fight we should be fighting against Carmilla. Yeah, this really just feels like...
Don't think you've defeated me, my prince.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe this would be a God of War style game. Where there would be lots of enemies, giant creatures to fight, lots of hacking and slashing. We're not really running into that. We're doing way more hacking and slashing against items, in this case books and other things, benches, candlesticks, all in the thought that there might be one small amount of experience that's probably worth collecting, or one item that's worth getting. Since all the books are destroyable, it's kind of questionable that I can't just do an air attack and destroy more of the books that are on the bookshelves against the walls. Seems like they probably intentionally didn't put anything in any of this just so that you don't have to do what I just did, but certainly there's no indication of that. Oops, 50 experience. A collectible through a doorway. More things to break. Did I break that? Yes. Yeah. And I feel, my fear is that we're going to walk through this section and have to do another hide and seek section. And that would suck. Our blood is poisoned, so something needs to be done about that. I'm not exactly sure what. I think if I was to go around a little bit, I could get up higher. So I'm guessing once we leave this area and our once we're out on the ground there, we'll probably start a cutscene towards something. But let's get this first. Well, I know where one more of these are, so it seems almost certain that there are more than just 5 of these collectibles in the game. Alright. Yeah. We're in the past. Sounds like we're gonna have a fight with Carmilla. We have 2 dungeon keys, and I don't honestly think we'll ever run into a scenario where we run out of dungeon keys before we can get some more. Let's see. Here's some backstory about Mary. Seems to just kind of end. We'll probably get more backstory on Mary later. Let's look at Carmilla. She seems to be a big player, and I'm not sure I have it. Gabriel's profound transformation has caused memories of Carmilla to return to his mind and unleash the dreams that the attractive vamp had awoken in him. However, the intentions of the femme fatale have not changed, and they continue to guide the actions of the warrior towards his doom. Fervent desire, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Yeah, not really getting any real backstory there, more just kind of getting flavor text about Carmilla. Okay. So, jumping over things doesn't actually give you experience. I forgot that. Somersault whip would be hitting X after a somersault 3 times. Can we upgrade any of these other skills? Not at the moment. So I could hit a lot of X and A's I can, in the air, hold X. I can hold X and then hit a bunch of X's together. I can try synchronized block. Immediately after a synchronized block, you can unleash that. I'll probably never actually accomplish that. I could hit a lot of Ys, I guess. That would work. I could hold Y. I can hit Y and A. I can, in the air, hit Y. So yeah, there's just a lot of things there. Meanwhile, some of these other things I think we could probably purchase. Let's see. In the air, hold X. And then that probably makes everything else too expensive after that one purchase. Some of these cost 5,000, and I don't know if I'd ever even have 5,000, because 4,000 seem to be like the max. Alright, well, another 30 minutes happened, and slow. They're definitely slowing down the game quite a lot with these hide and seek sections. If all of those were cut, you're gonna save yourself at least an hour and a half of gameplay. If they figured out what kind of gameplay they wanted to have instead of having co-op play for half a second just because who knows why, that would have saved a little bit of time. I really feel like I've seen a lot of people who've played the old Castlevania games and they just are dashing and moving really fast. Now, to be fair, most of the people who I've seen who've played Castlevania games are speedrunning it, so they're trying to move as fast as possible. But in this 3D environment, if I wanted to move super fast from the beginning of the game to this point, there's literally nothing I could have done as far as I can tell. There's no dash move that really speeds anything up, even though there is a dodge dash move. There's no shortcuts. There's no easy way or faster way to accomplish tasks that might be more difficult. It's just constantly locking you behind gates, making you fight enemies, locking you behind puzzles, making you solve puzzles, locking you behind Assassin's Creed style platforming in the form, well, not platforming, but climbing. There's been basically no platforming in this game. There should be more platforming in it, quite frankly. That's going to be it for this recording, though. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.